Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Presidential D&D Campaign, where AI-voiced U.S. presidents play Dungeons & Dragons with me, Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master. This is episode 3 of the second season of the campaign.
All right, I'm ready to get back on the road and out of this creepy graveyard, Ben. Let's do the recap and then get moving.
I'm surprised you even remembered we are in a graveyard, Sleepy Joe. You were pretty much asleep at the end of that last session there.
Shut up, Donald.
All right, whose turn for the recap?
Well, Obama, I think you gave it last session, so that would mean Joe's turn.
I'm sure this will go well.
It will. I wrote down plenty of notes right here. So last session, we were on our way to the castle and met with a doctor, probably about healing our injuries from our battle with the squid, and then went to a graveyard for testing, probably to see what was causing a zombie disturbance or something.
Very small parts of that are right. We are on our way to the castle to talk with King Rex. And we met Doctor Necrotech, a necromancer/inventor, who wanted us to test a new invention that allows for traveling between graveyards. It went poorly. The zombie ended up falling about 1,000 feet to his death. But apparently that was progress for the doctor.
Thanks for the recap, both of you, I suppose. If you missed any of the previous episodes, they can all be found here on the channel. All right, we can get started then. The sun has risen a bit and the mists of Ravenloft begin disappearing. Far off in the distance, you can see the haze krakens begin to vanish under the beams of sunlight. Judging the distance, you can probably make it to the castle by nightfall.
All right, let's get on the road then. We'll have to see if Thorn is at the castle or not, and try to get Rex to talk to us.
Yeah, I don't think we will be successful on that. Dr. Necrotech seemed to think it wasn't going to be possible to talk to Rex, and Thorn called him a comatose king last season. I feel like something went very wrong with this whole curse that turned everyone into zombies.
Except for the shadow shippers, right? I thought the doctor had said that they were the only ones who weren't zombies. I wonder what shadow shippers are.
What was the other thing he mentioned? Night Watchers? It sounded like they typically kill or otherwise handle visitors to Darkon. We should probably keep an eye out for them too.
Yeah, hopefully the castle holds some answers. The city to the north the doctor called Ilaluk too. If we don't find what we are looking for here, we should head there, I guess.
Agreed. Maybe we can find a better selling point for the magic crystals up there too. That alchemy shop in Southern Edge was a ripoff.
Yeah, they definitely were.
Anything else you want to discuss on the journey down to the castle?
I don't think so. Can we still see the mist wall that you had mentioned to the east and west?
It is still there, but there do appear to be breaks in the wall now during the heat of the day. Not large ones and relatively few, but some paths leading away into the mists.
I am quite curious to find out what happened here. My guess is that it was probably Thorn's fault. That's why he was so insistent on trying to fix it all. He was probably the one who caused it.
I don't know who that is, but we should probably kill him for that.
Christ, Joe. You're just messing with us now, right? Please tell me you're just messing with us.
I've come to the conclusion that there is a portion of Joe's memory bank that is just broken or missing, and that's where Thorn keeps getting stored. Anyways, did we make it to the castle, Ben?
You are approaching the castle, yes. A steady climb leads up the mountain towards the castle, which rests on a sort of man-made plateau sticking out the side. Dark towers stretch towards the sky, and up this close you can see the state of decay that the castle is in. The towers look like they should be tumbling toward the ground, some of them just almost floating in the air. The walls are crumbling, and yet the stones as they fall just seem to stick in the air. As you crest the plateau, you can also see out across the land from your better vantage point. The paths leading away into the mists on the east and west seem to open up after a time, allowing you to see more lands beyond those. All in all, Darkon looks like it is falling to pieces, as if the land is at war with the mists and is starting to lose badly.
Damn, yeah, this place is a mess.
Can we at least enter the castle?
A collection of stone steps, worn, faded, and crumbling, lead up to the gatehouse. You can definitely traverse it, though it is difficult terrain.
That's something that you say right before combat, Ben. I'll ready my sword.
That's fair. Though definitely metagaming, difficult terrain doesn't do a whole lot outside of combat. You don't see anything threatening, however. You can only hear the wind whistling through the castle, finding all of the holes and gaps caused by the decaying castle structure.
Yeah, right. There's something coming for sure.
In the meantime, we can pass through the gatehouse, though?
Yes, you pass through the open gatehouse, the portcullis rusted through and crumbling much like the rest of the castle, and enter a large courtyard. A large fountain rests in the middle, stagnant and smelly water resting in the basin. Though it is covered by vines and torn apart, you can see that it once would have been a majestic fountain of a man, sword in one hand and holding a flame in the other, with a crown on his head.
Probably King Rex, yeah? I wonder how old all of them are. Did Thorn ever say?
Not that I remember. If they are all zombies, though, who knows how old they are or how long the land has been like this. Doctor Necrotech seemed to accept it as a way of life, so I'm guessing it's been quite a few years. Given the state of the castle, could be a much longer time than that too.
Yeah, I think that's a fair estimation. It would take a long time for a castle like this to fall apart. At least if they took any care and the construction wasn't sloppy.
Behind the fountain, the keep rises up to the sky, even more torn apart than the exterior walls. You can see through walls that are in the process of falling, yet held in place by some form of magic. Honestly, without the magic, you would probably just be looking at a pile of loose stones and rock. A large set of double doors are slightly open in front of you, barely hanging on rusted hinges.
Only one way to go, yeah, guys?
Can I make a perception check to see if I can spot anything, Ben?
Sure, go for it.
That's a 14.
You do see a figure watching you from a room above the large doors. As you look up at it, it darts away into the darkness.
Told you guys, this is a trap for sure.
Do you have any ideas besides just moving on?
Well, no, but still, just be ready.
Are you guys moving into the keep then?
Yeah, I'll rest my hands on my short swords, though. Do we need to light a torch for Donatello?
Yeah, you okay carrying it again, Barack? I want both my longsword and my shield out.
Yeah, sure, I can carry it. We'll move through the doorway then.
You enter into the keep and find yourselves in an elaborate entry hall, or rather, what once would have been an elaborate entry hall. Faded tapestries depicting battles in the kingdom lie in tatters all around. A massive chandelier lies broken in the middle of the floor, glass shards scattered around it. Another large set of doors stand in front of you, and you can see a dim, sickly green glow emanating through it.
Want to bet that that's the throne room?
Yeah, I bet it is.
In we go then. King Rex should probably be in there.
I have a pretty bad feeling about this.
I already told you guys that it was a trap. Of course you should have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, Donatello. All right, I'll lead the way then.
Like hell you are. I'm going first for sure. Ben, I push open the doors leading into the throne room.
As you push on the doors, the green light gets a little brighter. Inside, contrary to the rest of the castle, the throne room appears to be in its original order. It's clean, the walls are solid, and columns stand tall. Thick purple curtains hang around stained glass windows. Outside, sunlight barely makes it through the mists, causing the whole land to look gray and old. But here, bright beams of light illuminate the room. On the far side, you see a man, royal crown on his head, sitting on the throne with his eyes closed.
Damn, I really wish I had detect magic. Ben, can I make an arcana check to see if any of this is real? Do we even see what the green glow was coming from?
You can go ahead and make that arcana check. No, nothing in here is giving off a green glow, though.
It's definitely all fake, right?
Why, though? It's clear to see that the castle is falling apart. If it is an illusion, it isn't a very great one.
That's an unnatural 20.
You can feel the illusion magic all around you, though with that high of a roll, you are actually able to see through the illusion. Columns lie in rubble, and all around the man there is a pillar of green light shooting up into the sky.
Told you, Joden.
I'm still a bit confused, though. Why would that type of magic be here like that?
I agree, it doesn't really line up. Anyways, should we try to talk to him?
I got it. Hello, good king. Would I be right in assuming that you are King Rex?
There is no response, and he doesn't open his eyes.
I'm guessing that we shouldn't go much closer. How big was the green pillar around him?
Probably about 10 feet out from him and the throne. You did notice that the throne was actually in good condition, as well as everything behind the green wall.
All right, I want to march up and slash at the green wall.
That's a terrible idea, Donatello.
Yeah, that is really stupid. Why don't I just shoot it with my bow?
Really? If swinging at it with my sword is such a terrible idea, shooting it with your bow is better? If anything happens, you're going to get hit instead of me, and at least I can take a hit.
I don't have that much health less than you, Donatello.
Yeah, but I have second wind and can recover some of mine.
And I have a healing spell.
All right, enough of that. Ben, can I try to do another arcana check, specifically on the wall?
Sure, go ahead.
That's an 8.
You aren't at all sure what it is.
Fine, Donatello, go hit it then.
With pleasure. Ben, I'm going to swing at the green wall.
You walk up, following Barack's instructions to know where it is, and swing at the wall in front of you. As you swing with all of your might, your swing stops suddenly in the air, and with a flash of green light, your sword begins to melt along the blade.
Damn it, I pull the blade back and take a look. Is my sword ruined?
The side you swung with looks like it has been melted by acid, but the other side is still sharp.
Told you. Should have just used an arrow. I could afford to lose an arrow.
This is stupid.
You swung at a magical force field. What did you expect would happen?
I don't know. For me to get thrown backwards or something? If that happened and you shot an arrow, it could have rebounded and killed one of us. Better that I lost my sword, though I'm reconsidering that now. If it had killed you, I don't think I'd be that mad.
So he isn't responding at all, Ben?
No, he looks like he is sleeping. When the illusion is up, he looks like a young man, maybe in his early 30s. But behind the illusion, he looks ancient, with long white hair and a beard falling to the floor and sunken eyes and cheeks, almost like a mummy or something.
Like Joe then, but with long hair?
Hey!
As the three of you stand just a short distance from the green wall, you hear a door creak open.
So does my sword still work then?
Yeah, in fact, I'll even give it an extra property so that you can deal 1d6 magical bludgeoning damage if you swing with the side that was melted, or 1d8 non-magical slashing damage if you swing it normally. You will need to find or have someone make a new scabbard, though. Yours won't fit the sword anymore.
Sweet, all right, I'm keeping my sword drawn. Can we see who it is?
Above the doors you walked in, you see a large balcony that stretches across the room and a dark figure standing up there. "Hello, travelers," he says in a deep voice. "Why have you come looking for the comatose king?"
Well, honestly, we want to get out of here and take our city back home.
Ah, yes, the new city on the plains. Interesting predicament you find yourselves in, then.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get backstabbed by a traitorous zombie.
I would be careful with your verbiage. Most here will frown on the name of zombie. You are, after all, describing all but travelers to this land. This is the land of the undead.
They go by undead then, not zombies?
Indeed. Some have taken to viewing zombie as a derogatory term. It carries with it implications of thoughtless, hungry corpses that only seek their next meal. Similar to the ferals, I suppose.
All right, that's good to know, but honestly, we just want to get out of here. Do you know how we can leave?
Well, I do, but that would require his permission. He gestures to the man sitting in the throne. Hard to do when nobody can talk to him.
Why is he sleeping then? He really is looking like Sleepy Joe up there.
Shut up, Donatello. But yeah, how can we wake him up?
I do not know. If I did, I would have done it by now. Though I do have some ideas. I've been studying him for quite some time now.
Who are you, and are we right that this is King Rex behind us?
Yes, that is King Rex. I am just an interested party. I wish for Darkon to return to its former days of glory, when the Shroud wasn't eating away at the borders and the Hazelings didn't rule the Knights. I wish for the king to resume his post as the greatest king to ever live, leaving behind the ambitions that led us to here so many years ago.
So King Rex caused all of this? Why don't you just kill him then?
Easier said than done. That wall has stood for 2,000 years. Besides, the land of Darkon is tied to Aslan Rex. If he dies, I believe the land would be swallowed up by the mists almost immediately.
All right, you said you had some ideas. What are they?
The most promising is that we need to remove the powers of the other Dark Lords from the land. I do not know how much of the domains of Dread you know, but there are currently 4 champions in the land. That is unheard of in the history of Ravenloft. Aslan is the champion of the Shadowed One, and the other 3 rule the opposing factions. Perhaps if they were destroyed, then Aslan would have the power to cure the land and awaken.
Piece of cake. Just point us the right way and I'll take care of them. Who are the other 3 champions?
There is Baron Medus, ruler of the Night Watchers. Their capital is the port city Matira Bay. Then there is Cardina Artazas, the lunatic leader of the Shadow Moon Society over in Nevikar Springs. And finally, Madame Eris, currently 3rd in power of the Ageless Council, though I suspect the other 2 to be more of figureheads than true leaders. If Madame Eris wanted the council to make a move, it would happen.
All right, so we kill the 3 of them and then the king wakes up. Easy enough.
You'd have to do more than kill them. You'd have to destroy their souls, or at least capture them and prevent them from returning here.
Here is in this castle. Why would they come here?
The phylactery throne, of course. Every soul in Darkon is tied to it. If you kill any of them, they'll be reformed here just a few days later.
If that's true, why is there nobody here? Wouldn't one of them want to control the throne and then they could just kill their enemies over and over?
Trust me, they have tried, and failed. King Rex is not as helpless as you might think. Just not consciously, I guess.
All right, fine. Before we go and kill these other champions for you, though, we need to know who you are, not just that interested party crap.
I suppose that's fair. Though it does complicate things. He lights a torch. You did cut off my head a few days ago, after all. And up on the balcony, tall and with his head connected to his body, stands Thorn Valamir.
Who?
For Christ's sakes, all right, Barack, throw a fireball up there.
I had a suspicion that was him. I'm not going to throw a fireball, though. We should fight him, keep him alive, and then interrogate him, though. He should know of a way out of here that's a lot easier than destroying the souls of 3 champions of various dark powers.
Wait, guys, who are we talking about here?
Shut up, Sleepy Joe.
All right, guys, we are going to be ending the session there, though. That seems like a good place to pick up next time, especially if it's going to be a fight with Thorn at the beginning of the session.
You're damn right it's going to be a fight with Thorn. I agree, though, Barack. Death is too good for him, especially if he is just going to be coming back in a few days.
Oh, this is the priest from the town that Silas killed then? Why would he have come back to life in Darkon unless he was from here? Oh, guys, that actually makes sense. That's probably why he could go so far from the town without needing the water. He is probably the champion of the dark power that made the deal with the Wraith guy to give the amulet to Selene.
That is extremely wrong, but also potentially right. Maybe Father Lucian is the champion of that dark power. Or was, I guess. Silas killed him. Unless Joden's right and he is back again.
I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. I think they would know if Father Lucian was a zombie, right?
Yeah, I guess that could be true. So he probably isn't from Darkon then, and he died before Thorn broke the vials. Anyways, to our viewers, if you liked the episode, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help out the channel. We are growing so quick and couldn't be more grateful to our viewers.
Agreed. Thanks, Obama. All right, thanks for joining, everyone. We will see you all tomorrow.